Today we will navigate Alexia and the personal journey of an individual through the education system. Maya, a pseudonym used to protect her privacy, is an individual who has faced significant challenges in her educational journey due to her diagnosis of Alexia, a learning disability that affects her writing and reading abilities. Alexia is also known as a developmental dyslexia, and it's a learning disability that makes it difficult to read, to understand written words, and to express oneself through writing. This condition can significantly impact academic performance and everyday life by making tasks involving reading and writing challenging. Maya's journey with Alexia began when she was around 8 years old. She received the diagnosis that she didn't know would shape her educational experience. However, learning to read and write proved to be a long and hard process for Maya, as she learned to read and write until the age of 12 and continues to face difficulties in these areas. This persistent struggle with reading and writing has had a profound impact on Maya's self-esteem and overall well-being. Maya comes from a supportive and hardworking family. Her parents have been instrumental in providing emotional support and advocating for her education and well-being. They also have shown unwavering commitment to fighting against these challenges and the challenges posed by the education system, ensuring that Maya receives the necessary support to overcome her learning disability. Maya's family consists of her parents and 6 siblings who value education and growth. Maya's story highlights the importance of understanding and accommodating individuals with learning disabilities within the education system. Her journey shows the significance of supportive and advocating parents, the lack of teacher awareness and support, and the need for individualized education. By sharing Maya's experiences, the aim is to bring attention to the challenges faced by individuals with Alexia and advocate for a more inclusive and empathetic education system. This system should cater to the diverse needs of all learners, ensuring that every student is supported and accommodated. Let's go over these 3 themes: the need for individualized education, the lack of teacher awareness, and the importance of a supportive and advocating family. Need for individualized education. Maya shared her struggles in school, saying,
"Well, I've never really liked school with my struggles. It's been really hard because seeing everybody my age being able to do something that I yet wasn't able to do was very hard for my mental health. It was a struggle, and it took me years to be able to do what somebody my age was already doing."
Regarding her diagnosis, Maya mentioned,
"I remember going to a lot of doctors to see what was going on and what I had."
When asked about her experience with the teacher who gave her a reading test, Maya said,
"I was sitting there and the teacher was, you read it, and I couldn't do it. I didn't know why I couldn't do it. I didn't understand why everybody else could read it and I couldn't."
Maya also noted that the teacher's response was not helpful, stating,
"She was just calling me out. I feel like she didn't understand what was going on as well as I didn't. And she just told me to read it, and I told her I couldn't do it. And she kept on telling me to do it. I guess there was something wrong with me, and she continued."
Describing the impact of a supportive teacher in a Montessori school, Maya said,
"There was tests or we had to read books. She would read them for me."
Recalling her breakthrough in reading, Maya said,
"I remember we would cut out magazines, like letters. She told me to write something read. She told me to read it, and I could read it. I started reading it, and I just kept on reading it. I was really, really proud of myself that I was 13. It was a huge accomplishment, and I remember telling my parents, and they were very happy for me."
Maya also shared her experience with unkind treatment from peers, saying,
"They would make fun of me and say I was a baby, and they would call me names."
Maya sheds light on her struggles, the impact of supportive teachers, and the need for individualized education. Her words highlight the challenges she faced, the significance of her breakthrough moments, and the importance of empathy and understanding from both teachers and peers. Lack of teacher awareness and support. Maya's experience reveals a significant lack of teacher awareness and support when it comes to her learning disability. In her own words, Maya expresses disappointment in the teachers she encountered in high school.
So I have an IEP, which gives me access to other things. For example, like I can have extra days on homework. I think that helped, but overall teachers weren't really helpful. They would kind of just give me an assignment and say, "Here you go, you can do it." So I don't think they were helpful, really, in my case.
Maya's teachers failed to fully understand or acknowledge the accommodations outlined in her IEP, which left her feeling unsupported and overlooked. Maya recalls a specific incident with her U.S. history teacher.
This one teacher was a U.S. history teacher. I told him, and that he said that wasn't true, that I didn't have an IEP, that I couldn't use it in his class. It was invalid in his class, and that was the last time I ever brought it up to a teacher.
Maya's disappointment is further emphasized in her own words.
They never asked, even though it's in the system, you can see when people have IEPs. They never asked about it. They just handed me the works, and I never felt comfortable telling them something like that.
Maya expresses her disappointment in teachers who failed to inquire about her IEP, leaving her feeling unheard and reluctant to share her struggles. She further reflects on the lack of support from teachers when she says,
I remember from my school I would come back crying, or I would cry in school.
Maya's emotional distress was caused by bullying and mistreatment from her peers and the lack of intervention or support from her teachers, highlighting their failure to address the situation. Maya also shares her experience of being called out in front of the classroom.
Everybody's going around saying the answer, like in a math question. This teacher would always ask me what the answer was, and I told her I don't know it. And she's like, yeah, you do. Try harder. You have to try. And I told her I don't understand anything. Because I would just feel so defeated. Because it's hard being in a room with like kids who can do something you can't do yet. And for my age, I couldn't understand why I couldn't do something that everybody could do.
Maya recounts instances where teachers publicly called her out for incorrect answers without understanding the underlying reasons for her struggles. This lack of sensitivity further diminished her confidence and hindered her willingness to seek help.
So I never felt comfortable to say, hey, I have Alexia, I can't read that.
Supportive and advocating family. Maya's success can be attributed to the unwavering support and advocacy of her family. In her own words, Maya acknowledges the crucial role her parents played in her journey.
My parents were always there for me. My sisters always made sure I was okay, and they would make me laugh. So I think a big part of why I overcame it was because of the support of my family.
Maya's parents recognized that she was struggling and actively sought answers and additional resources to help her overcome her learning difficulties. Maya's family not only provided financial support, but also created a safe and nurturing environment for her. Maya expresses her gratitude for this.
I wanted to give up multiple times, that I couldn't do it anymore, but they said I could, and with their support, I was able to overcome. It felt nice knowing that in my home I wasn't being judged.
In addition, Maya's siblings also played a significant role in her success. Maya shares,
my older siblings would have a bunch of books in their rooms, so I started buying books even though I could not read them. I didn't know what they said. But I kept on buying them, saw the letters, I would sound them out, every single letter, and then I would say the word.
Maya's siblings indirectly contributed to her passion for reading by surrounding her with books and fostering an environment that encouraged her curiosity and exploration of letters and words. Overall, Maya's family provided emotional support, believed in her potential, and took proactive measures to ensure she had the resources and assistance that she needed. Their dedication and their belief in her abilities gave her the strength and determination to overcome her struggles. Maya's success can be attributed to the support and advocacy of her family, as she acknowledges their profound impact on her journey. Maya, who is of Mexican descent and was born in Utah, represents a diverse population with a unique cultural background. Maya is fluent in both Spanish and English. Maya's ability to speak both languages fluently has been an asset for her, although her struggle with Alexia has made learning and reading difficult in both languages. Shirley Bryce Heath, also known as Wong Fillmore, is a prominent researcher and scholar known for her work on bilingualism and language development. She stated, bilingualism can provide cognitive benefits and enhance communication skills, enabling students to navigate diverse learning environments. One challenge Maya faced was a lack of understanding from some teachers who dismissed her difficulties because of her fluency in speaking. Maya's mom reflected the disbelief Maya encountered. Teachers did not believe that Maya couldn't read or write due to her proficiency in speaking. This highlights a common misconception that language proficiency equates to proficiency in all areas of literacy. Maya's experience reveals the importance of empathetic and supportive teachers. While she had a positive experience with a teacher in a Montessori school who used multisensory techniques to help her learn, she faced a lack of support from some of her teachers in high school in Tampa, Florida. Maya's desire for her teachers to be attentive, understanding, and proactive in helping students with learning disabilities aligns with research emphasizing the significance of teacher support in promoting academic success for students with disabilities. The lack of understanding and the negative impact from her peers had on her mental well-being resonate with the findings that students with disabilities are more susceptible to social isolation and low self-esteem. Loneliness among children with neurodevelopmental disabilities was associated with negative consequences on mental health, behavior, and psychosocial emotional development, with a likely long-term impact in adulthood. The strategies that helped Maya, who has Alexia, can be expanded and adapted to meet the needs of other underrepresented groups. Here are some approaches to consider. Specialized teachers and resources. Assigning specialized teachers or resource specialists who have expertise in supporting diverse learners. Multisensory learning. Implementing multisensory teaching strategies that engage different senses to enhance learning. For example, using tactile materials, visual aids, manipulatives, and incorporating movement into lessons can benefit students with diverse learning preferences and those with learning challenges. Collaboration and peer support. Improving the school environment for one underrepresented population, like students with Alexia, can have a positive effect on other diverse populations. Literacy and technology can play a significant role in empowering students to have a more multicultural perspective. Here are some ways schools can use these tools. Digital storytelling. Encouraging students to create and share their own digital stories reflecting their cultural identities, experiences, and perspectives. This can be done through multimedia presentations, videos, blogs, or podcasts. Empowering students to express themselves using technology helps amplifying their voices and promotes multicultural understanding. Media literacy. Develop students' critical thinking and media literacy skills to navigate and analyze diverse media representations. By teaching students to question biases and stereotypes, schools can empower them to make informed judgments and challenge societal stereotypes. Schools can also create an environment that encourages family-school connections for families of all races, cultures, and populations by implementing the following strategies. Volunteer opportunities. Providing diverse volunteer opportunities within the school to encourage family involvement. This can include inviting parents to participate in classroom activities, school events, or committees, fostering a sense of ownership and partnership in their child's education. Resource sharing. Provide families with resources and tools to support their child's learning at home. This can include recommending books, websites, or educational apps, sharing learning materials, or hosting workshops that provide parents with strategies to support their child's academic growth. Let us strive to be teachers who not only impart knowledge, but also ignite a passion for learning, for resilience and empathy. Together we can break down those barriers, celebrate diversity, and empower every student to reach their full potential. Every student, regardless of their learning background, deserves an inclusive and equitable education. By working together, by embracing empathy, and constantly seeking to improve our teaching practices, we can create classrooms that inspire and uplift every student who walks through our doors. As educators, let us be the catalyst for change and advocates for all learners, where every child is seen, heard, and valued. Together we can make a difference in the lives of students like Maya, shaping their educational journey into one of growth, of confidence, and of endless possibilities.